All right, good morning, Columbia. Fran Halloran here. You're listening to the Fran Halloran Show. Maybe knocked down, but not out forever. That song by Toby Mac is thematic for me because what it tells us is that no matter what's going on in our lives, no matter what ails you, no matter what just kicked you in the teeth, you can always get back up and get right back in it. You're listening to the Fran Halloran Show. I am Fran Halloran, and I'll be with you until about 10 o'clock this morning. Welcome to what we call the fastest hour in talk radio. You have lots of choices when it comes to what you're listening to, so I appreciate the fact that you're listening to me today. I'm going to do my best to make it worth your while, as I always do, and I promise that I'm going to do a little bit better this week than we did last week. For those of you who may be new to the party, I'm a Dave Ramsey financial coach. Dave calls those of us who've been through his training in Nashville his pro coaches. That just means we've been to Nashville. We've trained with Dave and Chris Hogan and Russ Carroll. Russ, I believe, is now retired, but we've been through the same training in Nashville that they put all their coaches through. And we try to offer you solutions to your financial issues without any fear of a sales pitch. Plain and simply, if you like Dave Ramsey, and obviously he's on our show, he's on our station. His show airs from 2 to 4, right before the afternoon drive with Kev, every day here on 95.9 FM, 1470 AM, The Point. If you like Dave, chances are you're going to like me. The plan we use in our world, we call it intentional planning. And it works for anyone that has a desire to live life just a little bit differently. We simply believe that all things in life, especially your money, should be done in a fitting and orderly fashion. It's as simple as that. If you don't have a plan for your money, you're going to find yourself in some trouble. You don't need to make a lot of money. We have clients who make $10,000 a year. We have clients who make $100,000 a year. It's not about what you make, folks. It's about what you spend. And you don't need to buy anything fancy to take control of your finances. If you run into somebody who says, oh, if you have this product, your finances are going to instantly be cleared up. Or if you buy this software, this proprietary software that a lot of people try to push on folks, just run from those kind of people. They're not in it to help you. They're in it to help themselves by selling some expensive thing that's going to magically fix your problem. There is no magically fixing your financial problems. You have trouble with money. You want financial freedom. It's as simple as this. You have to have a plan. You can find Intentional Planning Group on the web, ipgsc.com. That's ipgsc.com. You can call IPG 792-1045 anytime, day or night. There you can hook up with our coaches who can teach you, motivate you, encourage you to get yourself on a plan and to finally get some financial freedom. Well, that's enough of all that. Let's get down to business. We teach Logic on Fire here every single day. We're on the air, Thursdays, 9 to 10 a.m. And the show is supposed to be interactive. Now, as I always say, it's tough. Some of you are in your office, you're listening on the internet, you're listening quietly while you're working. I get it, but you can always send us an email. Coach Fran at MakeThePointRadio.com, Coach Fran at MakeThePointRadio.com. You can find us on Facebook at IPG, Intentional Planning Group. It's a new year, and with every new year comes a fresh start. Isn't that great about New Year's? And one of the great things about the new year, I think, are New Year's resolutions. A chance to kind of get a fresh start on your life. I mentioned when I was filling in for Kevin on Tuesday afternoon, I believe, that one thing that irks me a little bit about New Year's resolutions are all the newbies in my gym. It's not really a gym. I go work out at the YMCA in Irmo, and frankly, I've seen some folks drop off already. It's not even the middle of January, Brian, and people are already bailing. So that's a good thing. Not really. I want people to succeed. I want people to make a New Year's resolution and do well with it. And that's why I want to talk for just a minute during this first segment today about how to make sure your New Year's resolution really sticks. And it's very simple. Your why has to be greater than your what. Your why factor has got to be greater than your what if you really want to change the way you're doing things. Let me give you an example. About 3 years ago, my good friend Brian, and it's not this Brian Leonard, it's a buddy of mine out in Lexington, go to church with him, love his wife and 2 daughters. Frankly, I just tolerate Brian. No, that's not true. He's a bud. But Brian 3 years ago went to the doctor, and the doctor said, hey, look, you got a choice. Either you can drop 20, 25 pounds, you can start exercising, you can start eating better, or I'm going to have to put you on blood pressure medication and a host of other meds to try to take care of your body because, frankly, you're getting older and you've got some issues. Well, that is a perfect situation where you begin to measure your why versus your what. Why did Brian need to do things? Well, because he wants to put off taking medicine for his blood pressure and other issues as long as possible. His why was greater than his what. Because the what is, I keep sitting around doing the same thing. Well, Brian took the bull by the horns and got after it. And 3 years ago, he started running. And he started eating right. And he started doing all the things that he hadn't done for quite some time. 3 years later, I think Brian has run 2 marathons, a half a dozen or more half marathons. I even rode my bicycle with him when he did the Charleston Marathon last year to kind of pace him because that was his first marathon. That's a perfect example of someone whose why, I want to be around, I want to live a long life, was greater than his what. And folks, if you want your New Year's resolution to stick, I don't care if it's losing weight, getting in shape, or in our case, getting control of your money, your why has got to be greater than the what. So what if this year you really decided to make a change because all of a sudden your why became important? Maybe it's time to crawl out of that hole of indebtedness. Maybe it's time to shine some light on the financial mess you're in. Or maybe it's just time for you to set a good example for your children on how to handle money. What blessings, what good might come to you and your family if you made the decision that in 2015 you were going to turn things around financially. We're here to help you with that. All you've got to do is give us a call here in the radio station in the studio, 799-8255. Check us out at ipgsc.com. Email me at coachfran@makethepointradio.com. That's coachfran@makethepointradio.com. We are here to help. I mentioned last week, I've opened the door to work with 5 people for free this year. I'm going to increase that just a little bit because we pretty much already got our 5, but I'm willing to work with more. We got a lot coming up. Segment 2, some great emails. 3, I'm going to talk about a coaching session we had. And number 4, our That's a Bunch of Crap segment. You're not going to want to miss it. We'll be right back.